Hello there, friends and survival enthusiasts. Welcome to our channel, Eskimos, your one-stop resource for surviving the great outdoors. Today, we are debunking some popular survival myths and giving you essential life-saving tips. Let's dive right in. We've all seen it in the movies. A lone survivor stranded in a frozen wasteland, desperately eating snow to quench their thirst. It seems like a logical move, right? After all, snow is just frozen water. But the reality is far more complex and dangerous. But let me tell you, that's a surefire way to put yourself in a right pickle. The cold can be unforgiving, and making the wrong decision can have dire consequences. You see, eating snow might seem like a quick fix for dehydration, but it can actually lower your core body temperature, leading to hypothermia. Hypothermia is a serious condition where your body loses heat faster than it can produce it, causing a dangerously low body temperature. Think of it like this. Your body's like a furnace, working hard to stay warm in the freezing cold. It needs fuel and energy to keep that fire burning. Now imagine throwing a load of ice-cold snow on that furnace. It's not just counterproductive, it's dangerous. The snow will absorb the heat, making it even harder for your body to maintain its core temperature. It's going to take a whole lot of energy, precious energy that you need to survive, to melt that snow and bring it up to body temperature. This energy expenditure can leave you feeling even more exhausted and vulnerable. That's why it's crucial to melt snow before consuming it. Melting snow not only makes it safer to drink, but also helps your body conserve energy. Find a way to heat it up, whether it's over a fire, with a portable stove, or even by using the warmth of your body in a container. You can use a metal container or even a plastic bag to hold the snow and let it melt gradually. Trust me, a little patience in a survival situation can mean the difference between life and death. Taking the time to properly prepare your water source can save you from the dangers of hypothermia. Remember, we're aiming for hydration, not hypothermia. Staying hydrated is crucial, but it must be done safely. Always prioritize your body's warmth and energy levels. In the end, smart decisions and a bit of patience can ensure your survival in the harshest of conditions. All right, imagine this. You're trekking through a snowstorm, the wind's howling like a banshee, and you realize your fingers are starting to feel a bit numb. You get to shelter, and the first instinct might be to hold your frostbitten fingers under a stream of hot water, right? Wrong. As tempting as it might seem, dousing frostbite with hot water is like putting out a fire with gasoline. The extreme temperature change can actually cause further damage to your skin and tissues. Instead of going from one extreme to the other, opt for a more gradual approach. Start by finding a source of lukewarm water, around 100 degrees Fahrenheit or so. Gently submerge the affected area, allowing your body heat to slowly thaw out the frostbite. And remember, no rubbing or massaging the area. Treat it with care, just like you would a delicate flower. You're lost in the wilderness, parched and desperate for a drink. You stumble upon a crystal-clear stream, seemingly untouched by man. Your first instinct might be to drop to your knees and gulp down the refreshing water. But hold on, don't let the pristine appearance fool you. That seemingly pure water source could be teeming with microscopic nasties that can turn your wilderness adventure into a nightmare. Bacteria, parasites, viruses, they all love to lurk in even the most inviting bodies of water. Drinking contaminated water can lead to debilitating illnesses like giardia, dysentery, or worse. So, before you even think about taking a sip, you need to purify that water. Boiling is your best bet, killing off most harmful microorganisms. If you can't boil it, use a water filter or purification tablets as a backup. Remember, when it comes to survival, it's always better to be safe than sorry. Chapter 4. Saltwater Friend or Foe. Imagine being stranded on a deserted island, the relentless sun beating down on you, and all you can think about is a tall glass of cool, refreshing water. Your lips are parched, your throat is dry, and every cell in your body is screaming for hydration. You look out at the vast, seemingly endless ocean surrounding you and think, well, there's plenty of water there. Surely that can quench my thirst. But hold on a minute. Before you take that desperate sip, there's something crucial you need to know. Drinking seawater might seem like a quick fix to your dehydration woes, but it's a surefire way to make a bad situation even worse. The salt content in seawater is incredibly high, much higher than what your body can safely process. Seawater is packed with salt, far more than your body can handle. The salt concentration is about 3.5%, which means for every liter of seawater, there are 35 grams of salt. When you drink seawater, your kidneys go into overdrive trying to flush out the excess salt. This process requires more water than you consumed, leading to a net loss of water in your body. This process actually dehydrates you further, leaving you thirstier than you were before. Your body becomes more desperate for fresh water, and the cycle of dehydration intensifies. Instead of risking your life with seawater, focus on finding alternative sources of hydration. Look for natural sources of fresh water, such as rainwater, which can be collected in makeshift containers. Collect rainwater, look for edible plants with moisture, or even try to create a solar still to extract drinkable water from the ground. A solar still uses the sun's heat to evaporate water from the soil, which then condenses on a plastic sheet and can be collected for drinking. Additionally, if you're lucky enough to find a freshwater stream or a spring, that could be a lifesaver. Always remember, in survival situations, knowledge and resourcefulness are your best allies. Chapter 5. Cave Shelters. Mind your fire. Picture this. You've found shelter in a cave seeking refuge from a raging storm. You've got your fire going, creating a warm and inviting atmosphere. But wait, before you get too comfortable, there's a crucial safety tip you need to keep in mind. While caves can provide excellent protection from the elements, building a fire inside can be incredibly dangerous. Rocks you see are porous. They absorb heat, and when that heat becomes too intense, they can expand and crack. This can weaken the structural integrity of the cave, potentially leading to a collapse. To avoid turning your cozy shelter into a death trap, always build your fire outside the cave entrance. This way, you can still benefit from the heat without compromising your safety. Remember, in a survival situation, it's crucial to think about the long-term consequences of your actions. Chapter 6. Animal Encounters. Stay calm and don't get stung. Now let's talk about those unexpected encounters with the locals, the wildlife. These encounters can be thrilling, but they can also be dangerous if you're not prepared. Imagine this. You're trekking through the wilderness, minding your own business, when suddenly you stumble upon a bee's nest or a slithering serpent. Your heart races, and you feel a surge of adrenaline. Your first instinct might be to run for the hills, waving your arms frantically. But hold on. Panicking can often make the situation worse. When it comes to bees, running away is actually a good strategy. Bees are generally not aggressive unless they feel threatened. However, bees are attracted to movement, so the more you flail and shout, the more likely you are to provoke them. This can turn a manageable situation into a chaotic one. Instead, try to calmly and quickly move away from the area. Slow, deliberate movements can help you avoid drawing too much attention. If you do get stung, remember to remove the stinger as quickly as possible to minimize the venom. Use a flat object like a credit card to scrape it out gently. Now, snakes are a different story. These creatures are often misunderstood and can be quite dangerous if not handled correctly. While some people might tell you to freeze, the best course of action is to create vibrations. This might seem counterintuitive, but it works. Snakes rely on vibrations to sense their surroundings, so by stomping your feet or hitting the ground with a stick, you're essentially warning them of your presence. This gives them a chance to slither away, avoiding a confrontation. Always remember, the key to handling wildlife encounters is to stay calm and think clearly. Panicking can lead to mistakes, and mistakes can lead to injuries. It's also a good idea to carry a basic first aid kit when you're out in nature. Being prepared can make all the difference in an emergency. So the next time you find yourself face to face with the wild, remember these tips. Stay calm, be prepared, and enjoy the beauty of nature safely. End of Chapter 6. Chapter 7. Quicksand, don't get sucked in. We've all seen those dramatic scenes in movies where someone gets trapped in quicksand, slowly sinking to their doom. While quicksand might not be as deadly as Hollywood makes it seem, it's still a situation you want to avoid. If you ever find yourself caught in quicksand, remember this. Don't panic. Thrashing around will only make you sink faster. Instead, try to spread your weight as much as possible. Lean back, extending your arms and legs to create a larger surface area. This will help you stay afloat. Once you've stabilized yourself, slowly and carefully work your way to solid ground. Remember, quicksand is denser than water, so you won't sink completely. Stay calm, think rationally, and you'll escape this sticky situation. Outro: stay safe, stay adventurous. So there you have it, survival myths debunked. Arm yourself with these essential tips, and you'll be prepared to face the elements head-on. Remember, stay informed, stay safe, and stay adventurous. Until next time.